quick look at his video or his website to get a better feel for what he's
Stay
saying.
away from video. Well, I did a great job, but I just don't find it.
We all have a face-to-face radio, right? Okay, Neil, introduce your guest, please.
Oh,
Thank you, sir.
sorry. To my right is Tanner Hudson, and
Yeah.
Tanner and I met through the Greater Heights Chamber of Commerce, and we were having a one-on-one right previous to this meeting, and it just occurred to me that we're trying to find ways to work together, and I think we will probably do that moving forward. So I thought, if you don't have anything to do for the rest of the afternoon, why don't you just come on over and be my guest for today, and caveat that he's in the insurance business, but I believe there's a way that Tanner and John can actually work together to cross-refer the difference.
Especially since Harco's buying every insurance company they can find.
Yeah, he might do
Yeah, you can
it.
buy that.
So Tanner, talk a little bit about your company and what you do.
Yeah, so I work for one of the fastest growing health insurance companies in the country, U.S. Health Advisors. It's a Texas-based company, and I help small businesses, individuals, and families find affordable health care. Thanks for having me. This is my first networking action event. I've never experienced this before. This is pretty exciting, so I'm enjoying getting to know how this works from day to day. Thank you.
So Moose would love to have you in the Galleria group, and I'd love to have you in the Energy Corp. So you'll start to see how it works. All right, welcome. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Okay, Justin, you got a brag?
Yeah. Hey everybody, Justin Otto. If I don't know you, welcome. Never seen you before, but by the way,
First of all, we owe Justin a congratulations. He got married in the last month.
I still have climax on myself on the way coming here.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
It melted. It's hot outside, right? But yeah, my brag story would be the other day, Scott actually gave me a referral to an attorney, Stephen First Law, and he had a company he was opening on the side that he wanted to talk to me and see if we could launch it on the internet, see if we could help things. That's what we do. I work for HiBoom. We do internet marketing. So anything on the internet, whether it's tracking ads or Google placement, that's what we specialize in. And then websites also. But we met, and I don't do this very often because I don't come in this situation very often. But honestly, I didn't think I could help him. And so I told him, I don't think I can help you with what we do for HiBoom. But he asked me for any other advice, so we sat down and I gave him a bunch of different referral sources for lead generation that I knew, and a bunch of other stuff. And it was like a 3.5 hour meeting, but I did it because I wanted to help him. So, that's my story.
You got a brag. Go, Shannon.
I do. My brag is Gary Cooper and I first of all, Van Jam rocks. It's a blast. I don't know, I got turned on to it about a year ago, and it's just a blast. But he and I sat down and we decided to work partners with between merchant services and what he offers, another tool that he can offer his clients is maybe a review of their statement to see if maybe I can save them a little bit of money that way. And so I just look so forward to the potential that he and I have. And without networking in action, it probably would have never come to fruition. So,
Thank you. So, Ron.
I'm Ron, I'm the business broker in the group, and I've got a client that had for several months, got his business listed, auto repair shop, nice little business up on the north side, and I noticed his business has been really good, really strong in the last few months, so I said, you know what, we got to raise the price of your business, we don't have the price high enough. So we increased the price $100,000, and we've got our fingers crossed, don't have it yet, but I think we're going to get a full price offer on the business, so hopefully it made the guy an extra $100,000 by raising the price of the business.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Ms. Lauderdale.
Okay, so I met with Gary Cooper a little while ago, and he gave me some great advice about going to a high school and making our office the official optometry office of we did St. Edward's High School, of their baseball team. So now we have a bunch of new clients with Cooper and his wonderful idea.
brag. I said everybody likes to brag. I love it.
We should have done this sooner.
Yeah.
All the bragging, all the bragging. Actually, my brag is Holly's referral, Beth Cassidy Properties. We've had an issue. She's had a listing for a long time that was 1.9 million. We got down to the time to do the closing. The lender wasn't ready, wasn't communicating. We kept working overtime trying to get the communication going to find out what was going on. Well, there were two different appraisals. They were $100,000 off. Well, we discussed with Beth. She went out with Holly and they got a bunch of other comps, working together as a team and making it happen. And it is now going to, under recontract, I literally just got the new amendment. So everybody cross your fingers because it closes and gets off of her plate. But that's a good one.
Who else?
I have one
Go.
more. Darren actually hand-delivered my first order to me for her feet that I had been desperately out of.
Nice.
If you follow anybody on Facebook and you're married, follow Darren. This dude, I would vote him off the island. I mean, he makes all those other married people look bad, doesn't he, Rob? This dude is like,
Yeah.
you know, I mean,
I don't know. Rob makes I've never seen Darren's, but Rob has some of the most hilarious posts I've ever seen. So you got to make sure you follow Rob.
Moose.
The power of network and action, no matter what groups are together. I got a text from Scott on Sunday morning. Do you have a carpet guy, flooring guy in your group? And I said, actually, I do. Good, I need his number. So he's going to do business with a guy in my group. So never just think it's your one group. Look for opportunities. If you don't have it in Scott's group, maybe we have one in another group. And I thank you very much for that.
Okay, great. Okay, so Judy, how you doing? Come on, give us a brag. I know you're helping businesses all the time. Nothing like putting you on the spot.
I had a commercial transaction that was apparently trying to close with another bank and couldn't get it done, and finally they came over and said, we've got to close this in 2 weeks. And I'm like, oh, 2 weeks. We ended up getting it done, but the issue was it had environmental problems, so we just set aside funds and held back. We were able to get that transaction done. Actually, it was actually 13 business.
Wow.
Anyway,
Tell us one more time where you sit down. What is in your wheelhouse? How can we help you? What does the bank want you to
I
do?
do a lot of commercial transactions.
Commercial real estate?
Real estate. We also do cash flow inventory lending, so a little bit of everything. We do a little bit of spec lending on residential, but that kind of backed off just because of the economy. But mainly a lot of commercial, owner-occupied, real estate, that's what we help them with.
I got to brag on her. I'm from the state of Western. We about 3 years ago, our landlady passed away, and so the building came up for sale. And our restaurant struggles at the Shepherd location, and so our cash flow is not really solid. And we had a couple of lenders. We wanted to go out and build a tri-fire on the building, and the feeling I got was you're just blanket bothering from other lenders. And so, yeah, you get kind of downtrodden, like, all right, I guess we'll just continue to lease this building. And we talked to Judy, and wow, she just jumped in. And the unfortunate thing was, it was just a little bit too late. But she had qualified. We were going to actually get to buy our building, mainly because of our legal time. Because she moved. I mean, she was the mover and shaker on that deal. And she could have gotten us into our building, and had I known that, she would be the first person I would call. But she could figure out ways, and that's what all my family and stuff. They say you got to find a bank that's actually willing to fight for you. And she's the bank that's going to fight for you. She's actually going to figure out how to make your business look good enough to the bank so that they will say, yeah, I'll write this. We're going to get this done. So the next opportunity we have, the first person I'm going to call, and the last person I'm going to call.
Now that you attended a meeting, we need to be at your restaurant next month. Oh wait, now that we have a zero in your thing, right?
I have to tell you,
Absolutely. Okay, perfect.
I sent him a lead, and I never heard from him, and I was thinking
Just so you know,
That's actually my bad. That's my bad. I'll take that one. Yeah.
Alright, David's got a brag. Okay, okay, thank you, sorry. Okay, awesome. Okay, so obviously my goal is to continue to grow here, and I really appreciate everybody. I think we've made a more conscious effort for about attendance, which some people complain about, so just keep it, you know, on your calendars, and appreciate people who move things around to get here today. I'm gonna need any burden, I'm just kidding. Okay, I want to introduce y'all to a new friend of mine. Yes, ma'am, get Bragg? Come on. We'll stay here all night. Go.
I was like, I guess I do. I had to think of one. Okay, so my office, my manager quit, Eric. I don't know, some of you know him, some of you don't. He did a great job. He decided to go back to the banking side. They moved, transferred all 4 of his loan officers to our Kirby office, so we have new management, new processors. Processors are great. I went in on a Tuesday, 2 weeks ago. I was leaving to Mexico for a week, Wednesday. Sat with both processors, went over my files. I've never in 15 years got to take vacation, didn't have to work or have my laptop. So it was like amazing. I actually got to take vacation. I came back, had a closing on Tuesday, closing on Friday. They got stuff done. My manager got on underwriter's butt. Look, it's about clients' expectations, not about funding. We need to make this happen. He sent her boss an email, sent her an email. She was quitting. But we had to He said if they're not here to do their job, we don't need them here. So I'm happy. I'm very happy with all the new changes in my company. It's been great. So that's my brag.
Thank you very much. All right, so any of the brags before I introduce you, please.
I just wanted to ask if in the future, if you guys, if some of us haven't met you before or don't know, that if you could say your name and your last name and say the name of your company, it would be really helpful.
Great idea. We're taking things very slow. We're just getting used to standing up. Now we've got that. Now we'll work on it. That's a great point. I need to do a better job of policing that, and I'll do that. Okay, awesome. So let me introduce you guys to someone who's become a good friend of mine. I think he's a good friend.
Does he pour you tequila?
A buddy and I. Raise your hand if you don't want to taste the tequila flight, just so we don't pour. Anybody not want to taste? Okay.
Oh no, put it down. I'll take yours.
You can pour your.
Okay, so
This one, yeah.
yeah, 4 months ago, a buddy and I were going to go have a margarita real quick before I went on with James Diapers. And he was headed to one place, and he said, it's really crowded. And I was driving right here, and I said, let's bounce in Beulah. So I come in the door, and the guy goes, oh, we're not open yet. A couple more nights. And I said, okay, well, we're just going to check it out. He said, well, come sit down. So I sit down, and he pours us a little shot of tequila, and we get to visiting Brady Bussey, who has a restaurant in Santa Plantation called Let's Go Bigger. And his partner opened this restaurant. He listens here on Washington Avenue. I'm super glad to have him. I have not been in El Tiempo since they opened. That's the honest to God truth, and I used to eat there all the time. This is the best. I'm going to let Brady talk a little bit about their business, how they got inside the loop, and why they did it real quick. And then he's going to talk for just 2 or 3 minutes around tequila, and we're going to taste some tequila. So y'all enjoy. And I'll shut up.
Okay, guys, nice to meet y'all, and thank y'all for having the event here. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, glad to be here.
We opened our other location about a year ago, and it was a second generation deal where it was already an existing restaurant, and it was an opportunity to go into a developing area. So we were kind of betting on the long term, betting on the development, and we were really pleased with how that took off, and it gave us some confidence, some swagger about what we had. We felt really good. We were well received in the community, and so we really started kind of, we're going to take this in town and put it in the middle of a very competitive area and see how we do. And I got a phone call from Charles Clark and Grant Cooper, the guys who operated Copa, and they said that this spot was going to come open and wanted to know if I had any interest in it. And so we kind of went back and forth, and I was like, well, you could probably hit a putter to El Tiempo, and I don't really know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. But because I can draw a 1 mile radius, and there's all the big players in Tex-Mex are here, and apparently we're very, very brazen, we decided to do it. We thought that it would be a good test for the business. It would be a great opportunity
and that there's a ton of dollars coming into this area on this type of food. And so, you know, with a whole bunch of gusto, we took it and we're real happy to do it. Hasn't been lights out, but it's been wonderful. It's given us a good opportunity to tweak and focus on some things. We have the clientele's different in this location than out in the suburbs, obviously, but we're really happy to be here. We feel blessed that we had the opportunity to come here. I'm going to run you through tequila real quick. I don't know, anybody like tequila? Me too.
You got the wrong group here.
I love it. Has anybody been to Tequila, Mexico and done a little tour? You have? Did they drop you off like luggage at the end of the day?
No, I'm sorry. I've just done a tequila, but I've tried a bunch of tequila.
Tried a bunch of tequila.
Hey, Justin, did you do that right before you got here?
I got caught on one of those stands and just kept feeding me shots.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to buy like a $400 bottle.
Oh, yeah, that's what happened. So I'm just going to kind of walk through the difference. I know everybody heard of Blanco, Platinum, Reposado, Gold, Añejo, Extra Añejo. There's all these different terms that they say. Many of them are marketing terms. But I'm going to walk you through what's kind of a little bit about tequila. And I'll start with this one. This is a local company, and I think it's great. I think you might know something about it.
A little bit.
I think they make a good product. This is a silver tequila. So this is a very, very young tequila. It's not rested in a wooden barrel or anything like that. They take the piñas, they roast them. The piña is the core of the agave plant. They roast them, they mash them, they make a pulp, and out comes this wonderful liquid. It's a pretty quick process. It can be done in a few months, as early as a couple of weeks, so they can really mass produce it. It doesn't develop a whole lot of character and flavor. You'll see that's what you have in front of you, and you'll see some citrusy high notes on it. If you just take the bouquet as opposed to pounding it, you'll smell all kinds of funny things in that you don't normally find in tequila because we just don't look for it.
If you ever have a dinner party and you serve this in a white wine glass, I swear it's delicious.
Yeah, it is. And so the high notes on that is what, more times than not, if you go to get a margarita, that's probably what should be in there, these Blancos, unless you want a little bit more body. But that's the youngest tequila. It has an opportunity to be really, really clean. I think it's good. And if you're not doing a really good reposado or an añejo, the Blanco is what I would order. Conversely, when you hear people say platinum, a Blanco and a platinum is the same. It's the same.
How many different places in the world can tequila be made?
I believe it's in eight different little areas in Mexico.
All Mexico.
Yeah. Only in Mexico, and they determine that. This one is kind of the one that, if you have a bad experience with tequila, this is probably.
This is probably college 101. This is my freshman year.
It's like rubber banded with Tylenol, right? So this is a gold tequila, and a gold tequila is a Joven tequila. Can they say one Joven? Joven. It's a yellow tequila. And so all this really is this plus a little bit of time and a little bit of blending and a little bit of color. And this is, in my opinion, kind of the bottom of the barrel of tequila, frankly. It's the one it's not as clean and as refined as most silver. Yeah, it really is. So it doesn't have any age on it. It's probably a 6 or a 9 month old tequila most of the time.
So it's the Mad Dog 2020.
That's it, man. That's what it is. And so if you drink this, you really need to mix it with something sweet, or you need to do something to hide it, because these are the ones that have that really big burn. You know, we go, or you want the rind. That's this one. And so there's not. This is kind of what originally gave tequila the bad name. And it's marketed gold and given the color, so we think it's good. Not that it's bad. I'm happy to sell it.
I thought, maybe I'm wrong though, but isn't the consumer perception that Jose Cuervo Gold is a higher end? Because it's gold. That's right.
You know,
because of their marketing.
So here's their marketing is wonderful. I think that's changing. I think what people's perception of quality of tequila has evolved so much. But I think you're right. I think in the 80s, when they really started pushing that, it was thought of as a quality product. And to be honest with you, it really was. I mean, there were not very many
All the
much
premium-
tequila coming in,
Yeah.
and so back in the day, this was made to be a really, high-end quality deal. And that whole field has just totally changed.
Yeah, so now it's more of a, like a house tequila for a lot of bars in this.
It probably
and,
is.
And you find it in the for
Yeah.
frozen ones.
Yeah, that's right. So that's the Gold Tequila. Gold Tequila, more times than not, has some type of dye or coloring in it. As a general rule, it's not aged in any type of wood barrel. It'll be mass produced, just like the silver, but just not as pure. So it's one that we sell, we house, but if you go over to my house, I won't have it yet. This is a Reposado. And a Reposado, you're getting a little bit older. This would be like a teenager. This is like a middle-aged tequila. And so it's got some character developed. It's been in a wooden barrel. It's refined like the Blanco is, and it doesn't have a lot of stuff added to it. And so this one you're talking about a year old, maybe a little bit older, and you'll see there's a lot more character. Can we pour? You want to pour a few of these? We'll send these around, and so those of you who are drinking it,
Oh, Jesus.
and you'll see the distinct difference in character between the silver and the Reposado. And the Reposado again is a little bit older. It's about a year, maybe a little bit younger than that.
Is it new loaf, or are they using a cold wine?
So there's a lot of variation in there. So you'll see that whole deal is changing. They used to do just American oak, and now they're really getting experimental. But more times than not, it's oak. Yeah, straight oak.
I know Puerto Vida on their Añejo uses a cognac barrel.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You taste the difference.
Yeah, and it's amazing how much of that influences the flavor. This is an añejo. And añejo that word añejo means old or ripe, right? And so it's an older tequila. And añejos have to be older than 1 year. And they can be as old as 4 years. And so that is, if you take this guy out, not that we don't love him. So these two, so this is the silver one, right? So this is just years ago. This is a little bit older, like 1 year. And this is what happens. The añejo is what happens when you leave it in the barrel longer and you let them mature and ripen and develop and mellow. And you can see the color. That color comes from the barrel. It's from the barrel. And the really distinct flavor and the bouquet in this one, there's a remarkable difference. Once you get up there in age, the tequila no longer has that burny, funky stuff that you get from the top part of that silver tequila. And that's a good silver tequila. It starts to get more rounded, like a good scotch or a cognac, and it starts to begin to be something that you can sit and legitimately enjoy it. And maybe put a Cuba ice in there, and it's just I think it's really, really wonderful. If you guys want to smell this one, I'll kind of leave this around. And you can get the bouquet of that, and you say, wow, it doesn't. Most people, when they smell that, would not say it's tequila. It has, it just had, and away it goes. And so, price points, there's a big range because they all come from different houses. That's a $55 bottle for añejo. That's about, your range for an añejo is probably somewhere around the low 40s and up. You can certainly go crazy and spend a whole lot of time. That's exactly right. You can smell the sugar content, and it's just sweet, and a lot of the burn has been aged out of it. Oh, I'm sorry, Ron. But that's that. In my opinion, that's a really good representation of an añejo.
Don't let that guy skip me.
Don Julio 1942, which is considered an extra.
That on Helensville.
which is considered an extra añejo. Extra añejo means it's got more than 4 years aging, so it's been sitting in the barrel longer. And those of us who drink a little bit, we know what that means. We know that it means it's smoother, it's got more body, it's a little bit more robust. It's probably going to be a little bit sweeter. This is wonderful. Please don't mix this with hard boiled. Please don't do that. Don't add. It's tequila.
This is just so much smoother.
What is that one called?
It's an extra añejo, and the house is Don Julio, and the brand, it's a 1942 from Don Julio. It's an extra añejo. So that means it's more than 4 years old, and it is spectacular. I'll let you smell there's a little bit left in this. I'll pass it around.
My understanding on that is they finished the last 6 months of that in vanilla gases than regular oil. They're tied in with the vanilla. That was from one of the Seattle brokers up in Seattle.
I believe that's the case.
That's why it has a hint of vanilla.
Yeah, it's wonderful. But those two tequilas, in my humble opinion, those añejos and extra añejos, are really to be enjoyed neat. At the house I like to keep them in the wine fridge, and I think that's really great. I drink them out of a wine glass, and I think it's great.
Way to go.
Yeah, I do. I think it is. Anyway, that's it. Does anybody have any questions about
Any
the
questions?
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I can talk to you later, but I'm curious, like how can we use this room?
Great question.
However you want.
Well,
As long as it's legal.
You mean like how big a group do you need to have?
Yeah, like to do some conferences. Is this room available for that kind of thing?
Yeah, I've got a guy who's a catering director
Yeah.
who books all of it.
Okay.
And you can, I mean, I'll certainly help with it, with anything. It maxes out just about around 60 people. And depending on the time of the day and the day of the week and all that, there'll be some minimums built in there. Obviously, this.
It's a nice room, very nice.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Sure, go for it. Make sure you post it to the group.
Okay.
Any other related questions? Not that I want to answer.
So,
All right, we're gonna take one more second. You're not going to say, give a short version. Anybody ever been curious why you go to, God forbid, Papasitos, and then you go to what's the Mexican restaurant, Molinas, and the corn chips taste completely different? You ever notice that?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
You know why?
Because I'm drunk.
No. Yes. Speak for yourself.
They're store-bought, never ever.
No, you know why?
Why?
I don't know, but he's gonna tell us.
Tell us what it should be.
Tell us, give us the short version, because we're gonna.
Okay, so these
Why do
are.
corn chips taste different? Now, you go to Papasitas and they're clear white and they taste very distinct, and you go to El Tiempo.
It's the last Thursday of the
Corn
month.
chips.
So it's just a chip, right?
All right. Is it the oil?
Nope.
I thought it was too.
But here's the thing. So there's a million things that go into it, but it's a super simple deal. They have bubbles. They have a thickness. The way that you order them, by the way, we order them. They're counts, but the count really has to do with how thick the tortilla is. You order fresh tortillas. They come in. You cut them and then you fry them and you make the chips. The machines, when they press them, they're all automated. They fill them up with their masa. They go through, and you can kind of imagine it. It's kind of walks them through, kind of like a GM plant. The tortilla coming out of the car. And how hard they're compacted down has a lot to do with how the final product is, and how dense, what the grind is on the corn. And so there are all these little bitty factors that come in. And so I don't know if you guys noticed this, when we went through and were looking for chips, one of the primary things we were looking for is to avoid the stabbing that you get in your mouth. When you sit down and you eat chips and salsa, in a lot of places you'll have a really dense tortilla, right? That is turned into a chip. And so your chip will stab you. You eat it, and it'll crumble, but it doesn't really crumble that well. It doesn't break. And so we found them that isn't packed down, but it's still to the size that we want. And so they break, and when they break in these little round granules. And so that's there's a million different little deal, but it has
Next time you eat a chip, you're gonna think of me because they are so distinctly different.
Well, so that's what we thought originally. We thought, well, it's the thinner the better. And really what it has to do with is the granules, the size of the granules of the corn that go in the machine, and then how densely they're packaged up, right? And so it's the hydraulic. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so these are a little bit looser and a little bit grainier, and that subtle difference makes a huge difference when you eat. And so we were just going through the trials and tribulations of finding what chips you want to put on the table. You think it would just be so easy? Just to say, turkey tortillas, put it on the table, you call it a day. But we got kind of weird on the chip.
Why does that keep happening?
Okay, great. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. We'll be back. Awesome. Okay, anybody have any questions, comments, thoughts? Okay, we're going to have a little contest. My wife and I, who's missing today, and she will get a letter about her missing. I'll hand deliver it. You have her email, right? Okay, we want to have a dinner party. So I said, well, let's create a little contest. So here goes. We're going to host 8 people in a month. So it'll start September 1. Whoever refers the most people in the month of September can bring a significant other and come to our house and have a nice 5-course meal with wine. Whoever refers the second most people can come with their spouse. The third and fourth person will be drawn from any referral. So you may only do 1 referral in the whole month, but we'll do a drawing right off the site, which we can do very easily. And we'll have a dinner party for 10 people. I get to come with my beloved wife. And I will not do the cooking. I'll promise you that. All right, so go out of your way to try to think of other people this month. That's my theme. Thank y'all very much. Appreciate all of you. Oh, and we already have the next meeting posted if you'd like to RSVP, Spaghetti Western. Excellent. Tyler, do you have Thursday, the 4th Thursday open for us at 3 o'clock? I know that's scheduled.
4th Thursday.
I know 3 o'clock is really a tough time.
Next month.
September.
Probably, should be a problem at all. Is that okay? Okay, sir. In the fall, we do start looking up.
Okay.
So let me check with Linda. I'll get back to you immediately.
Perfect.
That's
You've got my email.
Yeah, I know yours.
There's one right
Don't worry about it. Just up there now. Just post it up there. We can see it. You're good.
TC Jester.
I'll post a picture later, I promise.
Okay. Fast, it's 90 minutes a month.
Actually, now's the time to Periscope.